Student organizers, please be seated. I request all the student organizers to be seated.
Thank you for that beautiful rendition. To officially commence the ceremony, I now invite Mr. Govind Khandelwal, student organizer, to deliver the welcome address.
Thank you, Ishan and Arabi. The best way to predict the future is to create it. Distinguished guests, respected leaders, beloved faculty members, and my fellow students, a very good morning to you all. Today is not just the opening of another edition of graVITAS. It is in fact an ignition of a movement, one where imagination meets responsibility, where innovation carries the weight of purpose, and where every idea born has the potential to shape the world beyond these walls. This is not merely a festival, it is a declaration that the future is ours to design. Ladies and gentlemen, the theme of this year's fest, Sustainable Tomorrow, Shaped Today, is not just a slogan, it is a call to action. It is a reminder that in a world grappling with the realities of climate change and global warming, sustainability is no longer an option. It is a necessity. But before all of that, I would like to take this opportunity to welcome our esteemed guests and dignitaries of the day. It is a rare distinction to welcome our chief guest of the day, His Excellency Majed Ali Al Mansoori, sir, Secretary General of the Emirates Falconers Club, Member of Executive Council, and Chairman of Municipality Affairs, Abu Dhabi. Your presence here today symbolizes a global collaboration of minds and ideas, and we're truly honored by your participation. It is also my profound honor to welcome our beloved founder and Chancellor, Dr. G. Viswanathan, sir, whose prophetic vision and tireless leadership have made VIT into what it is today. A cradle of innovation and a beacon of excellence that inspires dreamers and doers across this great nation. We are privileged to have two distinguished guests of honors today with us, Srimati Praveena Bhimavarapu, Senior Vice President and Country Head of Maximus India, as well as Shri Anand Narasimhan, Managing Editor of CNN News 18. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. I also extend a warm welcome to our esteemed dignitaries of the day, who are the pillars of our institution. Our Vice President, Dr. Sekhar Viswanathan, sir. Our Executive Director, Dr. Sandhya Penta-Reddy, ma'am. Dr. V.S. Kanchana Bhaskaran, our Vice Chancellor. Dr. Partha Sharthi Malik, our Pro Vice Chancellor. And Dr. T. Jayabharati, our Registrar. As India and the world reel from the effects of climate change and global warming, VIT stands with a resolute resolve to lead the change, to innovate with conscience, and to make an impact that endures. This is the stage where your projects, your research, and your ideas will do much more than just impress. They will contribute to a legacy of responsible innovation. The choices we make now, today, as students, as innovators, and as leaders will echo on for generations. The future is not something we wait for. It is in fact something we forge. We forge it with courage, with creativity, and with conviction. As we begin graVITAS 2025, let us not simply showcase technology, but embrace responsibility. Let us not only build for today, but create for tomorrow. Together, guided by wisdom, committed to sustainability, inspired by vision, and powered by youthful energy, let us make this edition of graVITAS a turning point towards a future that's brighter, greener, and more sustainable. Welcome to graVITAS 2025. Let's create history together. Thank you.
Thank you, Govind, for that amiable welcome.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's the time we've all been waiting for, the official inauguration of graVITAS 2025. May I request the Chancellor and the esteemed dignitaries to inaugurate the fest and officially declare it open. The hologram of the graVITAS logo was developed by a team of students headed by Harris.
Let's have a huge round of applause to this brilliant display of creativity and innovation. Now we would like to welcome Dr. Sharmila N., an astounding convener whose hard work, dedication, and vision made this day possible. Ma'am, I wholeheartedly invite you to brief us on graVITAS 2025.
Thank you, Ishan. The 16th edition of graVITAS 25, themed Sustainable Tomorrow, Shaped Today, is all set to be bigger than ever before. graVITAS 25 will host an impressive 207 events comprising 147 events under gravitas and 60 exciting events under pre-gravitas. This gravitas will feature over 84 brand new events alongside the all-time favorite technical competitions such as RoboWars, Drone Racing League, and Air Dominator, hackathons such as Code to Create, DevJam, Celestia, Cook-Off, and Code Escape. Management contests such as Best Manager and Invictus, along with Entrepreneurial Showcase, Capital Hunt, organized in partnership with Startup TN's Tamil Nadu Global Startup Summit. Startup Street and Social Transformers will be highlighting the innovation and the leadership skills. Complementing these are diverse workshops from Star Party, Quadcopter, and Celestial Dive to creative sessions like Frame It with Figma, Forensic Minds, and Groovathon, while the informal attractions like Laser Tag, Nerf Wars, Escape Room, and Kikada adding fun and excitement. Glow Ride, a cyclothon in the night focusing on fitness and sustainability. The highlight of gravitas lies in its spectacular pro events scheduled tomorrow, featuring a magnanimous drone show by Botlob Dynamics and mesmerizing event called Splendora, a dazzling LED dance along with mime and laser show, both by student performers and professional troops. Our Career Expo will also debut this year, providing a bridge between talent and opportunity, which is targeted to help non-VIT students. Winners of a few hackathons and technical competition will also be getting internship offers as their prizes, other than the cash prizes. We are expecting a record footfall of over 40,000 attendees, with more than 3,000 college students and 300 school students to participate, along with over 50 international participants from 20 different countries. A few joined last night and more are yet to join in the subsequent days. Adding further excitement, the prize pool for Gravita exceeds 30 lakhs, including cash and in-kind prizes. Over 60 industry experts and professionals will serve as resource people across workshops, tech talks, and seminars, making graVITAS'25 a hub of mentoring, knowledge sharing, and innovation. We have collaborated with more than 70 companies for this fest. graVITAS'25 will also feature dedicated stalls showcasing research innovation, startup showcases, and cutting-edge technology projects by VIT students and faculty, emphasizing the institution's commitment to advancing innovation and entrepreneurship. Food stalls offering multi-cuisine delights and special counter by School of Hotel and Tourism Management will add to the cultural flavor of the fest. With its unmatched scale, global participation, innovative events, and cultural vibrance, graVITAS'25 is set to be one of the most impactful editions, yet a true celebration of ideas, innovation, and imagination. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for giving us such a comprehensive overview of gravitas 2025.
We have been graced here today with the presence of many distinguished dignitaries, and may I now humbly request our Honorable Chancellor, Dr. G. Viswanathan, to honor our chief guest, His Excellency Majed Ali Al Mansoori, with a shawl and a memento as a token of our gratitude.
Thank you, sir. Now we would like to invite Dr. Shekhar Viswanathan to honor our respected guest of honor, Srimati Praveena Bhimavarapu, with a shawl and a memento as an expression of our appreciation and respect.
Thank you, sir. We are honored to have amongst us Shri Anand Narasimhan, Now, may I request Dr. Sandhya Penta Reddy to honor our guest with a shawl and a memento as a token of our love and gratitude. I now invite Mr. Meryl Baiju Malyakal, student organizer, to introduce our guest of honor, Srimati Praveena Bhimavarapu.
Good morning to one and all present here. I am Meryl Baiju Malyakal, one of the student organizers of graVITAS' 2025. On behalf of the organizing committee and VIT, it is my distinct honor to introduce today's guest of honor for our premier technical fest. We are privileged to welcome Srimati Praveena Bhimavarapu, Senior Vice President and Country Head of Maximus India. With her vast leadership experience in driving technological transformations and organizational excellence, she has been instrumental in steering one of the leading technology and business process services companies in our country. Her expertise in digital transformation, process optimization, and strategic business development perfectly aligns with the spirit of innovation that graVITAS represents. What makes her presence particularly meaningful today is her commitment to fostering young talent and leveraging technology to solve real-world challenges. Her impactful journey in the corporate world has been an inspiration to professionals and young minds alike, making her the ideal person to inaugurate our technical festival and guide our budding engineers and technologists. Ma'am, I humbly request you to address the gathering.
Good morning, everyone, and very humbled to be here in presence of our distinguished guests on the dais, respected teachers, students, friends, colleagues. So without any further ado, I wanted to first congratulate everyone for pulling such an event by all the students. I heard from the day one that it is all done by just students. So give yourself a good round of applause. Standing here, I feel the energy and the excitement that has gone behind the scenes for getting us here. And I'm sure from the introductions that I heard, the plethora of things that the organization or your college is providing in today's age. So that talks about one fundamental thing that I wanted to discuss, though a lot of information is available online these days. Artificial intelligence will tell you how to do things. So the challenge is not the information, but the challenge is how do you make decisions. So in the introductions, I've also heard that, led some digital transformations for the company, led, young talent, scouting for technology to solve real world problems. And I would tell you that none of that actually would have happened if the element of curiosity was not there in me and my, mentors and colleagues who actually brought that element of curiosity in the mix. So that said, a lot of people are afraid of change these days. I heard at least 15 or 20 things that you have done just for graVITAS, isn't it? Hackathon, your robotics that we saw when we were coming in. So there were multitude of things that you have done. Now the question is, what is that you're going to pursue when you come out of college? So that is a decision-making skill. That's something that I want to talk about. Is there are, relative to my journey and some of us in the audience where we did not have that many decisions to be made in a day. And neuropsychology says that, the decision-making or the micro decisions in a day for an individual has increased by at least 1,000 times. Do you know why? Because now we have Insta. We have social media. We have everybody. Doctors are not doctors. We are becoming, half doctors when we go to a clinic ourselves. So point is that, we have a lot of information, but we do not know what to do with it. And I feel that from the journey that I've come from, I don't have a master's degree, I don't have a doctorate degree. I just have engineering degree in computer science. I got married first and then got into my career journey. What made me go from one phase to another phase is something that I want to talk, because that decision making or the moment of making a decision came in every step of the way for my career, and so it would for you all as well. So the point is that how you will make decisions in the future. And when we make decisions, we think whether it is good or bad. So let me tell you, old is not bad, but new is necessary. Legacy is good, but it is only good if you are becoming, that mature to bring that legacy and create new future for yourself. So without that vision in the mind for future, legacy is something that people feel that it's a weight to carry. But I tell you, the legacy is the foundation, but what you build on top of it with your futuristic mindset is something that is in your hands today. So I think in so many things, there is an identity crisis for the generation itself, with the change of administration policies, educational policies, change of curriculums. There's a lot of pressure. So there is a identity crisis that has been created for all of us. It's not just for the students, it's for employers, employees, who we are, what we do, why we do. So there are lots of many questions when it comes to identity that you want to build for yourself. I think the pursuit of creating a career hereafter, one advice I will give you is listen to your heart and mind. Factor the things that you want to do, because once you enter, I've seen this change in my interns. When we onboarded them in February, they were very talkative. But after, they became employees, they became very silent. So I was wondering if they were just talking because they wanted a job and wanted to be seen and visible. So what I'm trying to say is that part will end very soon, and soon they'll be actually compared against each other and see whether they fit. They get, ratings. So it gets a little competitive, but it is not a bad competition if you are competing with yourself. I guess one of the things that I've learned from my mentors is you're the baseline and you're the benchmark. So it's an honor to come and talk to all your bright minds. So many, innovators in the audience and on the dais. Everyone has come through their own journeys, their difficulties. So don't expect that it will be all bed of roses. There will be challenges. There's absolutely be obstacles. So have a strong mind. And one last thing I'll tell you is just keep going. With that, thank you for the opportunity, and very glad to be here with all of you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your inspiring words. I would now like to call upon Mr. Pranav Veer Singh, student organizer, to introduce our next guest of honor, Shri Anand Narasimhan.
Thank you, Arabi and Ishan, and good morning, everyone. I am Pranav Veer Singh, the student organizer of graVITAS'25. It is both an honor and a privilege to be here before you today to introduce you a personality who has become a powerful voice in Indian journalism. In a world overflowing with information, there are only a few voices that stand out. The voices that cut through the noise and ask the difficult questions and remind us of the values of truth and accountability. Our guest of honor this morning is one such voice. Shri Anand Narasimhan has built an extraordinary career in broadcast journalism with over 2 decades of experience in newsroom that have shaped national debate. Before taking on his current role, he worked with Times Now as a senior editor, and since 2018, he has been a part of CNN News 18, where he now serves as the managing editor. One of his most acclaimed contributions in his prime time show, The Right Stand, which became known for addressing people-centric stories and amplifying the concerns of the silent majority. His work has earned recognition not just in India, but across Asia. In fact, in 2021, he was awarded the Best Current Affairs Presenter at the prestigious Asian Television Awards. But beyond awards and position, what makes Shri Narasimhan truly inspiring is his style of journalism. It is fearless, yet it is balanced, and it is sharp, yet it is empathetic. He has a rare ability to take complex issues and make them meaningful to people of all the generations, from policymakers to young citizens like us. For students stepping into a rapidly changing world, his journey teaches us various valuable lessons such as the importance of asking the right questions, the strength that comes from standing by one's convictions, and the impact of communicating with clarity, purpose, and many more. That is why his presence at graVITAS'25 means so much. This fest is about ideas, dialogues, and inspiration, and there could be no better person to remind us of the power of words, truth, and courage. So ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together and give a big round of applause to our guest of honor, Shri Anand Narasimhan.
Thank you, Pranav, for that wonderful introduction. Yellorukkum vanakkam. Namaste. Jai Hind. How many of you here have contributed to organizing graVITAS 2025? Can I see a show of hands? How many of you know somebody who's contributed towards organizing graVITAS 2025? Right? How many of you are proud that it's getting off to such a good start and we got a full auditorium? All of us, right? So big round of applause to everybody. Thank you. And to everybody on the stage, my namaste to everybody. 41 years from VEC to VIT. This institution is a testament to putting your head down and doing your work. We are all part, including me today because I'm here for the first time. But I have friends. I have people who are alumnus from here, who are based in the US, who are based everywhere else. I have family who are aware of this institute and how prestigious this is. And they called me to say they are proud that I am going there as a guest of honor. So I said, I am proud that I am going to an institution that has strived to produce talent year after year. And it takes a lot. Do you know that there are 40,000 people, 40,000 students of you just in this Vellore campus? And across all the VIT campus, 100,000 students, 100,000 students whose careers are going to be shaped. But you know what you guys need to do? You guys need to figure out your purpose in life. Because this educational institution is only going to give you, equip you with perhaps knowledge and a degree. But what are you going to do with your lives? What is your contribution to society, to your community, to your country? Think about that. Do you know the fact, how many of you are engineering students here? Majority, right? Do you know what the word engineering means? The word finds mention in our scriptures more than 3,000 years ago. It's called a yantrakar. Somebody who builds a yantra, something which has got to do with a machine, something which is functional, something that helps society, changes society, something which is new, which is innovation. So this has been a concept. All of you are studying not to get a degree. All of you are studying to become creators, to do something new. Perhaps tomorrow your sweat and labor will be involved in building a new road if you're a civil engineer, a mechanical engineer, building a new machine, designing a new robot, writing up a new program that is going to power something unique. But what is your purpose is something you need to have clarity on. That's one. Secondly, what you're going to create, is what you're going to create, what you wear, who you are today, is it contributing to the environment or taking away? How many of you are aware with a net zero concept in sustainability? UN SDG goals, net zero. How many of you are worried about your own carbon footprints? How many of you check on the label and see a brand that contributes back, which is a net zero brand, which is a sustainable brand, brands that you don't need to rewash again and again, brands that you don't need to iron again and again? Hey, as students, if you get such brands, fantastic, right? You can wear the same jeans, same shirt, you don't need to wash it, you don't need to iron it. So those bills also come down. But it's sustainable, right? Are we thinking this? How many of you are thinking about this? See, show of hands are very few. We are adding to the overall carbon footprint, but we're not taking away. Oh, we want everything to be sustainable. We are talking about environmental consciousness. So we are talking. Are we walking the talk? Are we ensuring that we don't use the shower for more than 3 minutes? We don't use more than 10 liters of water to have a bath. We are careful about how much of resources we use. Are we engineering products? Are we thinking of products that are going to make us more sustainable as a country, as a people, as a society? How many of you are designing new products as part of your project? And how many of you have thought, I'm going to use only sustainable equipment to design my next robot or my next rover? I saw one of them outside. How many of you are thinking that way? Yeah, see, the show of hands are so few. So what are you engineering? What are you doing which is new? That's a challenge for you. Can you reorient your thinking? Secondly, how many of you are studying to go abroad? Be honest. How many of you are studying to go abroad? A lot of you are lying. Right. I would like you to think, how many of you are studying to find a job? Why? Why aren't you studying to be entrepreneurs? Why aren't you studying to be innovators and creators? And why aren't you studying to do something for this country, for Bharat, for India? Why? This is the country that has given you birth, that you've born in. This is the country that has helped you come to get an education. It has helped your parents get you where you are. So what are you going to give back to this country? Or are you just going to let go of this passport and let go of this identity the moment you get a chance? Why? You can't earn a living here. You can't study here. You can't get the world to come to you rather than you going to the world. Please go. I'm not saying don't go. But don't let go of your country. Don't let go of your roots. Don't let go of your identity. I'm speaking to you in English because I'm told there are people, the group of students speak more than 50 languages here. I wish one of those common languages was Tamil. I wish one of those common languages was Hindi. I wish one of those common languages was one of the Bharatiya languages. But sad but true that it's a foreign language. That's how we've been brought up. That's how it's been for all of us. But does it have to be the same for our next generations? Or should we start taking pride in our own language? So here's one more request I'd make in this very short address, and I look forward to a longer conversation soon. Along with making things which are sustainable, along with designing things and bringing sustainability into your core being, and along with bringing Bharatiyata, Indianness, the fact that we are part of one country, one amazing country which is perhaps the most free across the world, irrespective of what the reports say. And one strong, stable country where all of us, we may fight with each other, bicker with each other here and there, but when somebody else comes, then we are 105. You know, this is what Yudhishthir said. Kaurav 100 hain, Kaurav are 100, Pandavas are 5, but when there is an external threat, we are 105. We are no longer fighting with each other, we are fighting against the outsider, the person who's trying to break us. I think we need to get that sense that we are one country. We don't have that. And love for our country. What are we going to give back to our country? I think that needs to power us as a nation. And more importantly, go back and learn your mother tongue. Learn your mother tongue. Read, write, and learn your mother tongue along with a universal language. So a language that allows you to communicate to the world and also a language that allows you to communicate with your roots, with our culture, our tradition, read our scriptures, understand, appreciate our ancient knowledge. Go to the Chidambaram temple, go to the Lotus temple in Delhi, look at the marvel. Go to the Brihadishwara temple, go to our ancient structures that are standing for more than 1500, 2000 years, but they are perfect in symmetry. How did they get that right? How did they get the geometric angles right? How did they get the elevation right? How did they get the artisanry right? How did they get the masonry right? It's all science. It's all science. How did they get it right? Learn from that and add that knowledge into your own innovations and your own creations. I wish you all the best, and I'll have a longer chat with you soon. Thank you very, very much for having me. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring words. We hope to introspect and moving forward, do something great for our country and for society in general. It is now my honor to invite the visionary leader and the driving force behind VIT, our founder and chancellor, Dr. G. Viswanathan, to deliver the presidential address.
Good morning. Our chief guest of today, His Excellency Majed Ali Mansoori, Minister from Abu Dhabi. Our guest of honor and Managing Editor of CNN News 18, Mr. Anand Narasimhan. The Senior Vice President of Maxims India, Mrs. Praveena Bhimavarapu. Dr. Sekhar Viswanathan, Vice President, Dr. Sandhya Pentredi, Executive Director, the Vice Chancellor, Pro-Vice Chancellor, Registrar, and the Convener, Dr. Sharmila, student organizers, distinguished invitees, participants in various parts of India and abroad, and my dear students, very good morning to you. This is the 16th edition of graVITAS, this 2025, and we are happy it is growing year after year. You know, VIT is a university where there are no barriers. In fact, I would like to inform our guests that we don't see caste, religion, language, state, we have no barriers. All of them are admitted here. Only thing is meritorious students. And we are growing, as our guest mentioned. Now we have completed 41 years. And from 180 students in 1984, now we have 100,000 students in 4 campuses. In fact, some people ask me, why do you admit so many students? Because it will bring down your rank. I tell them, we are not a small country with a few lakh population or 1 or 2 crores population. The population is increasing. Now we have crossed 146 crores. And unless we educate them, where will they go for their future? I strongly feel that all the institutions, including government institutions, should take more students. Unfortunately, the government colleges and universities, they don't admit more. Because if they admit more, they have to construct buildings, classrooms, labs, appoint more teachers, spend more money, so they restrict. In fact, there are universities run by governments with 1,000 or 2,000 students. I think this should change, and education should be given to all poor and middle class in this country. It is not happening. According to 2011 census, there were 14 crores of children between the age of 18 and 23 who are eligible for education. out of which only about 4 crores are getting higher education. What happens to the rest? Where will they go? So it is the duty of all the state governments and the central government. Of course, now education is in the concurrent list. In fact, when it was brought to concurrent list, I was one of those who voted for it in Lok Sabha in 1976 during emergency. Till that time, education was in the state list of the Constitution. I thought both of them will help education. It will be good for the students. But it is not happening. Both of them want to collect from educational institutions. I think this should stop. All kinds of either in accounts or outside accounts collecting from education and health. These are the two areas where government has to spend more. And as far as science and technology is concerned, we have to go a long way. We have to improve, because only then we will come up and become a developed country. I always compare ourselves with the forerunners in the economy. Take, for example, US. They are number one in the world in total GDP. They have 50 states. One state is state of California, whose population is 4 crores. Ours is 145, 146 crores. But their GDP is equivalent to India. They are also about $4 trillion. So we have to compete with them. We have to compare with them and come up. What are the things to be done? Unless in science and technology we dominate, it will be difficult. And it also requires a lot of research activities. That's what now we are trying to give it to the others also. We have invited school students so that they will also take interest in science and technology and research. In research, we have to compete with other developed nations. For example, the spending on research, we spend less than 1% of the GDP on research, whereas other countries spend 2%, 3%, even more than 4%. So this is the time now that we concentrate on science and technology in higher education and also in research, so that we will also be able to compete with the developed countries. Ultimately, our Prime Minister says by 2047, we should become a developed country. That will be possible only through education, and we have to concentrate on it, and especially science and technology and research areas where we are doing our best. As far as VIT is concerned, we are trying to encourage all the research areas. And in fact, we are number one in admitting research students. We have 4,000 odd research students in Vellore alone. In fact, we pay them 35,000 rupees per month as stipend because we want to encourage research activities. And also that's how we are number one in publications among all the 1,200 universities in the country. I thank our guests, our chief guest and the guest of honor, Ms. Anand Narasimhan and Srimati Praveena for accepting our invitation. And I thank our chief guest, His Excellency Majed Mansoori, having come all the way from Dubai, Abu Dhabi. You know, it's a small country, but a very developed country. Their per capita income is $75,000. We are in $2,900. Of course, it's a small population. And among the population, only 20% are local people. 80% are from other countries, of course, dominated by India. But I would like to inform you that we should also grow like them. And they control. Of course, UAE is known for oil wealth, but among the UAE, Abu Dhabi controls everything because they have 95% of oil, 92% of gas. And that's why it's a wealthy country. But even then, we must also learn from them how to attract more investment. Their investment is to the tune of $1 trillion, which nobody expects. It happens only 1 or 2 countries in the world, and that's how they are doing. And our guest, chief guest, is a part of that administration. I thank him for having accepted the invitation to be here today. I wish the graVITAS'25 all the success. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your invaluable words of wisdom. Your emphasis on VIT having no barriers and being a place to foster education for all, irrespective of the background or caste, is truly something for us all to take forward. To introduce our chief guest, I invite Mr. Rajat Agrawal, student organizer, to take the stage.
Thank you, Ishan. It is indeed an honor and privilege to welcome a distinguished leader whose life and work embody the spirit of sustainability, heritage, and global collaboration. Our chief guest today, His Excellency Majed Ali Al Mansoori, is an internationally respected figure in environmental conservation, sustainable development, and cultural heritage preservation. With a remarkable career spanning decades, His Excellency has played a transformative role in shaping the UAE's environmental policies, biodiversity initiatives, and cultural legacy, while simultaneously advancing global conservation efforts. He currently serves as the Secretary General of the Emirates Falconers Club, where he champions the preservation of falconry traditions, recognized as an intangible cultural heritage of humanity. He also serves as the member of the Executive Council and Chairman of Municipal Affairs, Abu Dhabi. His Excellency has also held numerous prestigious leadership positions, including Secretary General of the Environment Agency, Abu Dhabi, Managing Director of the Mohammed bin Zayed Raptor Conservation Fund, and President of the International Association for Falconry and Conservation of Birds and Prey. Through his visionary leadership, His Excellency has guided initiatives that not only protect endangered species and ecosystems, but also harmonize modern development with cultural and environmental responsibility. His pioneering efforts, from launching the Abu Dhabi Global Environmental Data Initiative to advancing sustainable urban planning, have inspired global recognition and lasting impact. For his outstanding contributions, His Excellency has been honored with several accolades, including the Best Environmental Personality Award of the GCC. His work continues to inspire international collaboration, blending tradition with innovation for a sustainable future, which matches our theme very well. It gives me immense pride to invite to the stage our chief guest, His Excellency Majed Ali Al Mansoori. Without further delay, I now invite His Excellency to deliver the inaugural address.
When I come, the honor, this is the only word I know, so. The Honorable Chancellor, Dr. Viswanathan, respected faculty, distinguished guests, organizers, and above all, the bright students of VIT. It's truly a privilege and honor to stand before you today as we inaugurate the 16th edition of the graVITAS'. Since the founding in 1984, VIT has become a beacon of excellence, not only in India, but across the globe, nurturing innovators, leaders, and the problem solvers. graVITAS' is one of the finest examples of this legacy. With over 150 events, 30,000 participants, and representations from more than 20 countries. It is not just a technology management festival, it is a celebration of innovation, curiosity, and collaboration. What excites me most, it's not the scale of the gathering, but the energy I see in this hall. Each of you represent a spark of possibility. In the coming days, we will code, design, debate, build, and most importantly, challenge ambitions. These experiences are not just competitions or workshops. They are training grounds for the real challenges of our time. In my journey, I have learned the progress rarely comes from having all the answers. It comes from asking the right questions and having the courage to pursue them even when the path is unclear. Some of the world's greatest innovations, from the internet to renewable energy breakthroughs, were born out of curiosity and persistence, not certainty. I see that some spirit alive here at VIT. The future will demand more of you than technical skills. It will ask you to be a global citizen, to blend science and ethics, to balance progress and sustainability, artificial intelligence, biotechnology, space exploration, and the climate solutions. All of these need bold, creative, and compassionate thinkers. Even like graVIT, give you a platform to begin that journey today. So I leave you with this thought. Innovation is not only about changing technology, it's about changing lives. Each one of you carries the potential of transformation, not just your future, but the future of humanity and sustainable development. May the graVITs be spark and the groundbreaking ideas, lifelong collaboration, and the dreams that take flight. Nandari, and I wish you all truly inspired festival ahead. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Excellency, for those inspiring and thought-provoking words. To conclude this memorable morning, I invite Pratik Srivastav, student organizer, to express our gratitude on behalf of the organizing team.
Good morning, respected dignitaries, guests, faculty members, and fellow students. I am Pratik Srivastav, the student organizer of graVITas' 2025. And it's my great honor and privilege to share a note of appreciation as we wrap up this wonderful morning. On behalf of the organizing committee and the entire VIT community, we would like to sincerely thank our chief guest, His Excellency Majed Al Mansoori, for delivering such an insightful address. I express our heartfelt gratitude to our founder and chancellor, Dr. G. Viswanathan, whose vision continues to guide us. We are truly honored by the presence of our guests of honor, Srimati Praveena Bhimavarapu and Shri Anand Narasimhan, for sharing their wisdom with us. Your words have surely given us a lot to reflect upon. A sincere thanks to our vice presidents, executive director, and our assistant vice president for their invaluable support and guidance. Our deep appreciation to our vice chancellor, our pro-vice chancellor, and our registrar for gracing this event and inspiring us as always. We are grateful to all deans, directors, section heads, and professors for their constant encouragement. A special note of thanks to the Office of Students' Welfare, Career Development Cell, Office of Alumni Affairs, Events Management Team, Outreach and PRO Office, Center for Technical Support, Software Development Cell, VIT Community Radio, Finance Office, Purchase Office, Stores, Transport Team, VIT Guest House, Men's and Ladies Hostel, Security Office, e-states, and maintenance teams. Your dedication behind the scenes has been instrumental in the seamless execution of this event. We also take this opportunity to acknowledge our valued partners, Startup TN, CNS News 18, Hello FM, and extend our gratitude to our sponsors, including Oracle, Siemens, Analog Devices, and 25 other event sponsors whose support has been vital to the success of graVITas 2025. A special thanks to the members of the press and media for amplifying our efforts and sharing this celebration with a wider audience. To all the organizing committee members, volunteers, and teams, alone we can do so little. Together we can do so much. Thank you for making today's inauguration a grand success. And finally, a warm thanks to all our VITians, especially club representatives, participants from other institutions and countries, and audience for being here today and for your enthusiasm, which truly embodies the spirit of gravitas 2025. With that, we officially conclude the inaugural ceremony of the gravitas 2025. As we step into the next 3 days, let us carry with us the spirit of innovation and responsibility so that what is shaped today becomes sustainable tomorrow. Thank you.
With that, we bring the inaugural ceremony to a close. I request all student organizers to join the dais for a photo session.
The faculty organizers to quickly join us on the dais.
presence and participation. We look forward to seeing you at the exciting events lined up for Gravitas 2025. Have a wonderful day ahead. I request the audience to remain seated and we will resume the special talk show by our esteemed guest, Shri Anand Narasimhan, immediately after this session.
We are fortunate enough to have Anandji with us, so please be seated.